Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Ever thought that the humble penny jingling in your pocket could be worth a fortune? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of the 1984 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that might just make you a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these pennies have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions. So grab your coin jars and let's embark on this exciting journey together. First things first, let's talk about the 1984 Lincoln penny. In 1984, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced over 8.15 billion pennies without a mint mark. That's a lot of pennies. But don't let that massive number discourage you. Within this ocean of copper-coated zinc coins, there are rare gems known as the double-die pennies. These special coins have a unique error that makes them incredibly valuable to collectors. So, what exactly is a double-die penny? It's a coin that, due to a mishap during the minting process, shows a duplicated image. For the 1984 penny, this error is most noticeable on Abraham Lincoln's ear. It appears as though Honest Abe is rocking an extra earlobe, a quirky feature that collectors absolutely adore. Spotting this error can be a bit tricky, but with a keen eye and maybe a magnifying glass, you might just find one. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for: the value. A standard 1984 penny without a mint mark in circulated condition is typically worth its face value, just 1 cent. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition, it could fetch around 30 cents. But here's the kicker. A 1984 double-die penny in pristine, uncirculated condition has been known to sell for over $1,000. In fact, one such penny was sold at an auction for a whopping $1,800. That's a significant return on a 1-cent investment. You might be wondering, how do I know if my penny is uncirculated? Great question. An uncirculated coin is one that hasn't been used in everyday transactions. It retains its original luster and has no signs of wear and tear. If your 1984 penny looks shiny and free from scratches or dents, you might be in luck. But remember, even if your penny isn't in mint condition, the double-die error can still make it valuable. Let me share a little story with you. A few years ago, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic when we stumbled upon an old jar filled with pennies. Amidst the pile, I found a 1984 penny with the doubled ear error. After getting it appraised, I discovered it was worth over $500. That unexpected find sparked my passion for coin collecting and taught me that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. If you're interested in diving into the world of coin collecting, here are a few tips to get you started. Learn about different coins, minting errors, and what makes certain coins valuable. A good magnifying glass and a coin album can go a long way in helping you identify and preserve valuable coins. Always check your change and keep an eye out for coins that look a bit different. Connect with fellow coin enthusiasts through local clubs or online forums. Remember, not every penny will be a jackpot, but the thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so enjoyable. Who knows? The next time you empty your pockets, you might just find a hidden treasure. Thanks for joining me on this numismatic adventure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Share your coin discoveries in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your stories. All right, folks, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some spare change, maybe enough for a cup of coffee or a vending machine snack. And then, BM, you find an old penny. Looks normal, right? Just another beat-up Lincoln cent. But what if I told you that one specific penny from 1973, without a mint mark, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? That's right. A single cent, potentially worth more than a mansion, a Ferrari, or even an early retirement. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, is this even real? Oh, it's real, all right. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and why this little copper coin has collectors going absolutely nuts. So grab your coin jars, check your pockets, and let's dive in. Now, before we get into the serious money talk, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was at a garage sale. You know, one of those where people are basically giving away their junk. I spot this old jar of coins, and the seller says, just take M for a buck. I take it home, start sorting through it, and boom, I find a 1973 penny. No mint mark. My heart starts racing. Could this be the one? The golden, copper, ticket? I rush to my desk, pull out the magnifying glass like some kind of coin detective, and start inspecting. Turns out, it was just a regular 1973 penny worth, well, a penny. But that moment taught me something. These rare finds are out there, and you just need to know what to look for. What makes this 1973 penny worth $1.80 million? All right, let's break this down. The 1973 Lincoln penny was minted in three locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Most of them are just regular pennies worth face value. But the one we're talking about? It's different. Experts believe this $1.8 million penny was struck on a leftover pure copper planchet instead of the standard copper-plated zinc planchets used for later pennies. Think of it like a misfit, an accidental survivor of a change in coin composition. These kinds of mint errors drive collectors crazy, and when a unique one surfaces, the price skyrockets. How to identify this rare 1973 no mint mark penny? So how do you know if you've got the jackpot penny? No mint mark under the date. This means it was minted in Philadelphia. Regular 1973 pennies weigh 3.11 grams. If yours feels light, around 2.5 grams, it's likely a regular penny. But if it's heavy, you might be onto something. If it looks slightly different from your other pennies, don't ignore it. If your penny checks out, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified rare coin can fetch top dollar at auction. Most 1973 no mint mark pennies? Worth 1 cent. Maybe a few bucks if they're in great condition. But if you have the ultra-rare one, the one struck on a pure copper planchet, you're looking at up to $1.8 million at auction. That's not just pocket change. That's life-changing money. Where can you find one? You don't have to be Indiana Jones to find treasure. Check your piggy bank and old jars of change. You never know what's been sitting around for decades. Garage sales, estate sales, and flea markets. People often sell old coins without knowing their value. Get rolls of pennies and go through them. It's like a treasure hunt, but cheaper. Just be careful. There are a lot of fakes out there. That old penny in your pocket could be worth a fortune. And even if it's not the legendary $1.8 million penny, there are plenty of valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. If you don't know what to look for, you'll never find them. That's why you need to stay informed, keep hunting, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. I cover rare coins, hidden treasures, and coin collecting strategies that can put real money in your pocket. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's uncover more valuable finds together. Next time you find a 1973 penny, don't just toss it aside. It might just change your life. You're sifting through an old jar of pennies, and suddenly, you stumble upon a 1949 wheat penny without a mint mark. Your heart races as you recall hearing about a penny worth $1.9 million. Could this be the one? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive into the world of the 1949 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and uncover its true value. The 1949 wheat penny, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse, is a staple for many collectors. These pennies were minted in three locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced a whopping 217,775,000 of these coins. Now, let's get to the burning question. Is your 1949 no mint mark penny worth $1.9 million? In short, no. Most circulated 1949 pennies are worth about 3 to 4 cents. If your penny is in uncirculated condition, it might fetch around $1 or more coins. TheFunnyMessGuide.com. The highest recorded sale for a 1949 penny was $12,075 in 2006 for a mint state 67 with original red copper color coins. TheFunnyMessGuide.com. You might be wondering where the $1.9 million figure comes from. This staggering amount is associated with rare pennies like the 1943 D copper cent, not the 1949 wheat penny. In September 2010, a unique 1943 D copper cent sold for $1.7 million. These rare coins are valuable due to minting errors or limited production, making them highly sought after by collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I found a 1949 wheat penny in my grandfather's old coin collection. My excitement skyrocketed, dreaming of a hidden fortune. After some research, I learned its actual value was modest. But that penny sparked a passion for coin collecting, leading me down a rabbit hole of history, art, and the thrill of the hunt. While your 1949 no mint mark penny won't make you a millionaire, it's a charming piece of history. Coin collecting isn't just about monetary value. It's about the stories each coin tells and the joy of discovery. So keep hunting, learning, and cherishing these small treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to uncover more coin secrets, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of enthusiasts, and let's explore the fascinating realm of numismatics together. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly, you stumble upon a penny worth over $1 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, grab your magnifying glasses, because today we're diving deep into the world of the 1976 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that could turn your piggy bank into a gold mine. First, let's set the scene. The 1976 Lincoln Memorial Penny features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, crafted by Frank Gasparo. These pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proofs. In 1976, the Denver Mint produced a whopping 4,221,592,455 pennies, each composed of 95% copper. Now, before you start planning your retirement party, let's talk specifics. While the standard 1976 D penny isn't exactly a ticket to Easy Street, certain factors can skyrocket its value. Coins that have never entered circulation and retain their original luster are highly sought after. For instance, a 1976 D penny graded MS-67RD fetched $998.75 in 2016. The higher the grade, the higher the value. A 1976 D penny in MS-66 condition can be worth up to $40, while an MS-67 grade can reach up to $450. Coins with minting errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, can be worth significantly more. These anomalies make them unique and highly collectible. COGNTRACKDRS.com. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I inherited a jar of coins from my grandfather. Amidst the nickels and dimes, I found a shiny 1976 D penny. Curiosity piqued. I had it appraised, only to discover it was in near-perfect condition, graded at MS-66. While it didn't make me a millionaire, it did fetch a cool $100 at auction, a delightful surprise from a simple penny. Melt value versus collectible value. It's worth noting that pennies minted before 1982, including our 1976 D friend, are composed of 95% copper. With rising copper prices, the metal value alone is enticing. However, melting down pennies is currently illegal in the US. So, while the copper content adds intrinsic value, the real worth lies in the coin's condition and rarity. Treasure PURSUITS. So, what's the takeaway here? That humble penny in your pocket could be more than just spare change. Take a moment to inspect your coins. You never know what treasures you might uncover. And if you do find a 1976 D penny in pristine condition, consider having it professionally graded. It might just be the jackpot you've been dreaming of. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and stay tuned for more tips on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and tales from fellow numismatists. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Imagine this. You're sifting through a jar of old pennies, and suddenly, you stumble upon a 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Could this humble coin be your ticket to a $1.3 million payday? Well, before you start planning your dream vacation, let's dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the real story behind this intriguing penny. Now, I remember the first time I caught wind of a penny worth a fortune. I was at a local coin show, and a fellow collector whispered about a rare penny fetching thousands at auction. My heart raced as I rummaged through my own collection, dreaming of hidden treasures. Spoiler alert, I didn't find $1 million penny, but I did discover a passion for the stories each coin tells. First things first, let's talk about that 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced billions, yes, billions, of these pennies at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally didn't use a mint mark. So, if you have a 1978 penny without a mint mark, it's most likely from Philadelphia and, unfortunately, not rare. In circulated condition, these pennies are typically worth their face value, 1 cent. Even in uncirculated condition, they might fetch around $1.16. Before you toss that penny aside, there's a twist. Some 1978 pennies have errors that can make them valuable to collectors. These occur when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in a design that's not centered. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin can be. For example, a 1978 penny with a 70% off-center strike sold for $174. Occasionally, a penny is mistakenly struck on a dime blank, leading to a smaller and thinner penny. Such errors can fetch between $200 to $400. This error happens when a coin is struck more than once, creating overlapping designs. A 1978 penny with a second strike 95% off-center sold for about $75. Now, about that eye-popping $1.3 million figure. While it's true that some rare coins have fetched such astronomical prices, the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't among them. Coins that reach million-dollar price tags are typically much older, have significant historical value, or possess extremely rare errors. So, while your 1978 penny might not make you a millionaire, it could still be a delightful addition to your collection, especially if it has one of the errors mentioned above. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic when we stumbled upon an old coffee can filled with pennies. Among them was a 1978 penny with an unusual shine. After some research and a trip to a local coin dealer, we discovered it was a proof coin from the San Francisco Mint, identifiable by the S Mint mark. While it didn't make us rich, it was worth around $20, a pleasant surprise from an afternoon of cleaning. Coin collecting is a journey filled with history, art, and the thrill of discovery. While not every coin will be a jackpot, each one has a story to tell. So, next time you come across a 1978 penny, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just find a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to uncover more coin treasures, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. Share your own coin discoveries in the comments below, and let's keep this numismatic adventure going together. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly, you stumble upon a 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Your heart skips a beat as you recall hearing whispers about such a coin fetching a whopping $1.4 million at auction. Could it be? Is this humble penny your ticket to early retirement? Well, before you start drafting your resignation letter, let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and uncover its true value. The 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Separating fact from fiction. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. The 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. In 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily omitted mint marks from all coins to discourage coin hoarding during a nationwide coin shortage. This means that every penny minted in 1967 lacks a mint mark, making the absence of one quite common for that year. So, where does this $1.4 million figure come from? It's likely a mix-up with other rare pennies that have fetched high prices at auctions. A 1943 D. Lincoln penny struck on a bronze planchet sold for $1.7 million in 2010. Yen.wikipedia.org. The 1913 Liberty Head nickel, another rare coin, fetched $3.2 million at auction. The Sun.com. These astronomical prices are due to unique minting errors or extremely low mintage numbers, neither of which apply to the 1967 penny. Given the massive mintage of over 3 billion pennies in 1967, most of these coins are worth only their face value. However, uncirculated coins, those that have never been used, can fetch a bit more. Between $150 to $600. ANTIUUSKNOWCHOW.com. The highest recorded sale for a 1967 penny was around $5,000 for a coin graded MS67RD by the Professional Coin Grading Service. PCGS. While a standard 1967 penny might not make you a millionaire, certain errors can increase its value. Double die errors. Minor doubling in the design elements can fetch between $20 to $50. These manifest as raised lines or bumps on the coin's surface, with values ranging from $5 to $25, depending on severity. B errors. A small vertical die crack between the letters B and E in Liberty, typically valued between $5 to $15. Coins.thefunnymessguy.com. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was at a local flea market when I spotted a jar filled with old coins. Among them was a shiny 1967 penny. My heart raced as visions of auctions and big checks filled my mind. I bought the jar for a mere dollar, rushed home, and eagerly researched my find. Alas, my dreams of fortune were dashed when I learned the true value of the coin. But that experience ignited a passion for coin collecting, leading me down a rabbit hole of history, art, and the thrill of the hunt. So, while that penny didn't make me rich, it enriched my life in countless other ways. In the end, while your 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might not be worth $1.4 million, it serves as a delightful reminder of our nation's history and the intricate art of coin minting. The true value of coin collecting lies not just in potential monetary gain, but in the stories, knowledge, and joy it brings. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to uncover more hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button, join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's embark on this numismatic journey together. Remember, every coin has a story. What will your next find tell you? We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1985 Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? But stick around, because this little coin has some stories to tell. And who knows? You might just find a treasure hiding in your pocket change. First things first, let's get to know our coin of the hour. The 1985 Lincoln penny was minted in two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia minted pennies don't have a mint mark, while the Denver ones sport a little D beneath the date. In 1985, the composition of these pennies was predominantly zinc with a thin copper coating, a change that started in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. Hold onto your hats, because the mintage numbers for these pennies are staggering. Philadelphia churned out over 5.6 billion, yes, billion with a B pennies that year, and Denver wasn't far behind with over 5.2 billion. With numbers like these, it's no surprise that most 1985 pennies are worth, well, a penny. However, as any good treasure hunter knows, it's not just about quantity, it's about quality and rarity. If you've got a 1985 penny that's been through the ringer, scratched, worn, or looking like it survived a trip through the garbage disposal, it's likely only worth its face value. But if you stumble upon an uncirculated 1985 penny, especially one with a high grade like MS65RD that's mint state with red luster, for those new to coin grading, you might be looking at a value of around 30 cents. Not exactly retirement money, but hey, it's a start. Now, here's where things get interesting. Mint errors can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. While there aren't any widely recognized major errors for the 1985 penny, it's always worth keeping an eye out for anomalies. Off-center strikes, doubling, where the design appears twice, or even planchet errors, issues with the metal disc before it's struck, can increase a coin's value. So, grab that magnifying glass and start inspecting. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic. Amidst the dusty boxes and forgotten knickknacks, we found an old jar filled with pennies. Most were common, but one caught my eye, a 1969 Lincoln penny with a noticeable doubling on the obverse. After some research, I discovered it was a double die variety, one of the rare errors that collectors seek. That penny, which had sat unnoticed for decades, turned out to be worth over $30,000. It just goes to show, you never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. You might have heard rumors about pennies worth millions. While it's true that some rare pennies, like the 1943 copper Lincoln penny, have fetched high prices at auctions, the 1985 no-mint mark penny isn't among them. In fact, number 1985 penny has reached such astronomical values. So, if someone offers you a 1985 penny for $1 million, it's probably best to politely decline. In conclusion, while the 1985 Lincoln penny isn't likely to make you rich, it's a fascinating piece of numismatic history. The joy of coin collecting often lies not in the monetary value, but in the stories these coins tell and the thrill of the hunt. So, next time you get change, take a moment to look through those pennies. You might not find a fortune, but you could discover a piece of history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pennies and want to learn more about coin collecting, rare finds, and the stories behind them, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And remember, every coin has a story. What will yours be? All right, folks, let me ask you something. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a tiny, copper-colored penny, could be worth $1.7 million? You'd probably think I've lost my mind, right? But buckle up, because today, we're diving into one of the craziest coin finds of recent years, the 2020 D-Lincoln penny that's turning everyday pocket change into a millionaire's dream. Now, I know what you're thinking. A 2020 penny? That's way too new to be valuable. And that's exactly why this story is so wild. This isn't some ancient rare coin dug out of a pirate's treasure chest. This is a modern-day, still in circulation coin that you might have jingling in your pocket right now. Before you run to check under your couch cushions, stick with me because I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this penny worth a fortune, how to spot one, and how you can start searching for valuable coins hiding in plain sight. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. How a penny became worth $1.70 million. So, what's the deal with this 2020 D-Lincoln penny? The D means it was minted in Denver, but here's where things get interesting. A rare minting error turned this common coin into an ultra-valuable collector's item. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong metal planchet, meaning instead of the usual copper-plated zinc, they were accidentally made with a different, rare composition. That mistake makes them extremely desirable to collectors. And guess what? One of these pennies recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. That's not just life-changing money. That's retire on a private island money. This wasn't found in some fancy coin collection. It was discovered by a regular person sorting through their change. Just imagine that, going through your spare coins, expecting to find a few cents, and boom, you're suddenly a millionaire. I actually had a similar moment once, though my story didn't end in $1 million. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, and the cashier handed me my change. As I glanced at the pennies, I spotted one that looked different. My heart started racing. Was this it? The golden ticket of coins? I rushed home, grabbed my magnifying glass like some kind of detective, and started inspecting. Turns out, it was just a really worn-down penny that had been through one too many vending machines. No jackpot for me that day. But it did teach me something valuable. The thrill of the hunt is half the fun. How to spot one of these valuable pennies now. Let's get to the good stuff. How do you find one of these $1.7 million pennies? Check for the D mint mark. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia, not the one we're after. Examine the color and weight. If your penny looks slightly different in color or feels heavier than a normal 2020 penny, you might have something special. Look for errors. Off-center strikes, doubling in the lettering, or anything unusual could mean big bucks. Use a coin scale. A regular 2020 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours weighs significantly more, it could be an error coin. And here's the best part. You don't need fancy equipment to start checking your pennies. All you need is some good lighting, a magnifying glass, and a little patience. The story of how a simple 2020 D penny became one of the most valuable modern coins in existence. When was the last time you really looked at your spare change? If you're anything like me, you probably just toss it in a jar or let it pile up in your car's cup holder. But now, you might just think twice before spending that penny on a piece of gum. And hey, if you do find one of these rare pennies, just remember who told you about it, okay? Maybe slide me a little finder's fee. Just kidding. Kind of. But seriously, if you love learning about valuable coins and want more tips on how to spot hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of coin collecting strategies, rare coin finds, and money-making tips coming your way. And don't forget to check your pockets. Your next $1 million coin could be closer than you think. We're diving into one of the most shocking discoveries in coin collecting, the 1961 D-Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. That's right, a single penny that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or at least cover your gas bill for a few months. I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? Oh yeah. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and how you can find one yourself. Plus, I've got a wild personal story about the time I almost threw away a rare coin. Yeah, it still haunts me. So stick around, because this could be the most profitable 60 minutes of your life. All right, let's get down to business. The 1961 D-Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as you can tell by the little D mint mark under the year. Now, normally, these pennies are pretty common. In fact, the U.S. Mint pumped out over 1.7 billion of them. So why is this one worth a fortune? It all comes down to rare errors and special varieties. Coin collectors go absolutely nuts over mistakes. Double dies, misstrikes, off-centers, you name it. And there's one particular 1961 D-Lincoln penny that has an error so rare, it's worth more than most people's houses. We're talking about a super dramatic double die obverse. If you look closely at the lettering, especially in Liberty and the date, you'll see some serious doubling. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even realize they have one. They spend it on a pack of gum and never look back. Now, let me tell you a quick story about how I almost lost a fortune because I didn't check my change properly. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, and the cashier handed me back some pennies. I glanced at them, saw they were old, and thought, just some regular pocket change. Then, just as I was about to toss them into my coin jar, I noticed something weird. One of them looked off. The letters were slightly doubled. My heart skipped a beat. Yes, I carry one like a total coin nerd, and started inspecting it. Turns out, it was a major double-die penny worth over $1,000. Now, it wasn't the $1 million 1961 D, but still. I almost gave it away for nothing. Lesson learned. Always check your change. How to spot the $1 million 1961 D penny. Alright, so let's say you're digging through your coins right now. What exactly should you look for? It has to be from Denver, or else you're out of luck. Check Liberty, the date, and in God we trust. If you see any doubling, you might be sitting on a gold mine. The highest value coins are in pristine condition, meaning no scratches, no heavy wear, and definitely no attempts to clean it. Seriously, don't clean your coins. If you think you've got one, don't guess. Send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication. That's the only way to confirm its true value. Now, let's talk money. A standard 1961 D penny in average condition? Maybe 2 cents. A nice uncirculated one? Maybe a few bucks. But the rare double die version? That's where things get crazy. The last time one of these was found in top condition, it went for over $1 million at auction. Imagine turning a single penny into a life-changing payday. Most of these haven't even been discovered yet. That means they're still out there, hiding in coin jars, old collections, and yes, even your pocket change. The 1961 D Lincoln penny could be worth $1 million if it has the right rare air. The key is to check for doubling on the lettering, make sure it's in great shape, and get it authenticated. Now, before you run off to check your piggy bank, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post weekly videos on rare coins, valuable finds, and the best coin collecting strategies to help you turn pocket change into serious cash. And if you've ever found a rare coin, or almost thrown one away like I did, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Hey folks, have you ever dreamed of finding treasure in your pocket change? Well, guess what? Someone did, except their treasure wasn't a chest of gold. It was a 1986 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, worth a whopping $1.1 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A single penny, 1 cent, sold for more than a mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, or even a private island. Now, before you start dumping out your coin jars all over the kitchen table, which, by the way, I fully support, let's talk about why this tiny copper coin is worth more than most people's retirement funds. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and how you might just turn your spare change into a fortune. Oh, and trust me, I've got a personal story that'll make you double-check every penny from now on. Alright, let's start with the basics. In 1986, the US Mint was cranking out billions of pennies, like usual. Most had a tiny letter underneath the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or nothing at all if it was from Philadelphia. But here's where things get interesting. Normally, Philadelphia pennies from this era didn't have a mint mark. No big deal. And this is a big, but there was a rare error where a batch of these pennies were struck with a very unusual die. This mistake created a distinct no mint mark variety with a unique appearance, making them incredibly valuable. And when I say valuable, I mean life-changing money. So, what's so special about the $1.1 million version? Well, this isn't just any no mint mark penny. This one was struck in an entirely different way, creating a near-proof-like finish. We're talking ultra-sharp details, an eye-catching shine, and an overall look that makes serious collectors go weak in the knees. Only one has ever surfaced so far. That's right, just one. It was authenticated, graded at an insane MS-68, and sent to auction. And when the gavel dropped, boom, $1.1 million. Imagine that. Someone found a penny in their change and ended up with more money than most of us will see in a lifetime. I remember a time when I almost had my own $1 million penny moment. I was at a gas station, nothing glamorous, just grabbing some coffee and paying in cash like an old-school coin nerd. The cashier handed me my change, and one penny caught my eye. It looked weird, shinier than normal. My heart skipped a beat. Could it be one of these rare no mint mark errors? I stared at that penny like it held the secrets of the universe. I even held it up to the light like some kind of archaeologist uncovering an ancient artifact. The guy behind me? Not impressed. He huffed, "Buddy, it's a penny, not the Holy Grail." Mine turned out to be just a regular 1986 penny, worth exactly 1 cent. But hey, that one moment taught me always to check your change. Because you never know, your next grocery store run could turn into $1 million payday. Check your pennies. If you've got a 1986 Lincoln cent, especially one that looks sharper than usual, get it checked out. It could be the next $1 million discovery. And if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I drop videos on coins worth serious money, collecting tips, and how to spot the hidden gems in your pocket change. Who knows? The next video might be the one that helps you strike it rich. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Ever dreamt of finding a fortune in your pocket change? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of the 1967 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Could this humble coin really be worth $1.2 million? Grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. First things first, let's talk about this intriguing little coin. In 1967, the U.S. Mint produced over 3 billion Lincoln pennies, all without a mint mark. Why no mint mark, you ask? Well, during the mid-1960s, the Mint was battling a coin shortage and decided to omit mint marks from 1965 to 1967 to streamline production. So, if your 1967 penny lacks a mint mark, that's completely normal. Now, let's address the million-dollar question, literally. Is there a 1967 penny worth $1.2 million? I hate to burst your bubble, but no 1967 penny has fetched such a staggering amount. However, don't toss that coin aside just yet. While most circulated 1967 pennies are worth their face value, certain factors can make them more valuable to collectors. The first factor is the coin's condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to perfect uncirculated, MS70. An uncirculated 1967 penny in pristine condition can fetch anywhere from $10 to over $250, depending on its grade. So, if your penny looks like it just rolled off the press, you might be in luck. Next up is color. Pennies come in three color: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. A red penny, retaining its original copper luster, is more desirable and valuable than its brown-toned counterparts. So, if your penny has that fiery red glow, it could be worth more. Lastly, let's talk errors. No, not the kind we make on a Monday morning before coffee, but minting errors. These can range from doubled dies, where the design appears doubled, to die cracks, which look like raised lines on the coin. Such errors can significantly increase a coin's value, sometimes fetching anywhere from $5 to over $100, depending on the rarity and demand. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was rummaging through my grandfather's old coin collection. Amidst the usual suspects, I found a 1967 penny with a peculiar sheen. After some research and a trip to a local coin dealer, I discovered it was an uncirculated red penny with a minor die crack error. I sold it for $150. Not quite $1.2 million, but it did pay for a nice dinner. So what's the takeaway here? While the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't your ticket to millionaire status, it still holds potential treasures for the keen-eyed collector. Always check your change. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. Thanks for joining me on this coin collecting journey. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of pennies and want more tips on coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and may your pockets be filled with valuable surprises. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Imagine rummaging through your pocket change and stumbling upon a penny worth a whopping $1.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2013 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this treasure hunt together. First things first, what's the deal with mint marks? In the U.S., coins typically bear a small letter indicating where they were minted: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, pennies from the Philadelphia Mint traditionally lack a mint mark. So, if you come across a penny without one, It's likely from Philly and, unfortunately, not an error or rarity. Now, let's address the elephant, or should I say, the penny in the room. There's been buzz about a 2013 no-mint mark penny valued at $1.3 million. But here's the kicker. As of now, there's no verified record of any 2013 penny fetching such a staggering amount. Most 2013 pennies without a mint mark are standard issues from the Philadelphia Mint and are worth, well, a penny. But don't be disheartened. Some pennies have indeed fetched hefty sums. For instance, the 1943 copper penny, a rarity born out of a World War II-era mix-up, has been known to sell for over $200,000. Similarly, the 1969 double-die penny, with its distinctive doubling of the design, can be worth more than $50,000 in uncirculated grades. Coins.thefunnymessguy.com let me share a little story. A few years back, I was sorting through a jar of old coins inherited from my grandfather. Amidst the nickels and dimes, I spotted a 1983 penny with a peculiar sheen. Heart racing, I thought I'd hit the jackpot. After some research, I discovered it was a common zinc penny with no special attributes. While it wasn't my million-dollar find, it sparked my passion for coin collecting and the thrill of the hunt. If you're eager to dive into numismatics, that's fancy talk for coin collecting, here are some tips. Familiarize yourself with key dates, mint marks, and errors. Knowledge is your best tool. You never know when a rare coin might pop up in everyday transactions. Engage with fellow enthusiasts through clubs or online forums. Sharing discoveries and knowledge enhances the experience. Always hold coins by the edges to preserve their condition. If something sounds too good to be true, like a $1.3 million 2013 penny, approach with caution and verify facts. While the tale of the $1.3 million 2013 no-mint mark penny remains a myth, the world of coin collecting is filled with genuine treasures waiting to be discovered. So, keep your eyes peeled, your knowledge sharp, and who knows? Maybe one day, you'll find that elusive coin that turns your pocket change into a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want more tips on coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover the hidden gems in our pockets together. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly, you spot a humble 1969 Lincoln penny. You think, it's just a cent, right? But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million? Intrigued? Well, stick around, because today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1969 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, exploring its value, the quirks that make it special, and how you might just strike it rich with your loose change. Now, before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's get one thing straight. Not every 1969 penny is a golden ticket to millionaire status. In fact, most of them are worth, well, about a penny. But, as with all great treasure hunts, it's the anomalies, the rare errors, that turn an everyday object into a collector's dream. So, what's the deal with the 1969 penny? The D signifies that it was minted in Denver, and in 1969, over 4 billion of these pennies were produced. That's a lot of Lincolns. But amidst this sea of copper, a few rare gems emerged, thanks to a little mishap known as the double-die error. Picture this. You're at the mint, churning out coins like there's no tomorrow. Somewhere along the line, the die, the tool that stamps the design onto the coin, shifts ever so slightly, resulting in a doubled image. This means elements like the date or the inscriptions appear twice, slightly offset. It's like the coin had one too many cups of coffee and developed a jitter. Now, here's where it gets juicy. While the 1969 pennies are common, the 1969 minted in San Francisco, pennies with the double-die error are the true showstoppers. These rare beauties have fetched prices upwards of $37,200 at auctions. In fact, only about 30 of these coins are known to exist, making them one of the most coveted Lincoln cents among collectors. But what about our Denver-minted friend, the 1969 penny? While the double-die error is predominantly associated with the San Francisco Mint, the Denver pennies have their own quirks. For instance, some 1969 pennies exhibit what's known as the floating roof error. This occurs when the lines connecting the roof of the Lincoln Memorial to the rest of the building are missing, making it appear as though the roof is, you guessed it, floating. Coins with this error can fetch a pretty penny, pun absolutely intended, with some selling for around $45. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the $1.4 million valuation. While there have been instances of rare coins fetching astronomical prices, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, one of which sold for $3.7 million, the 1969 D penny hasn't reached those heights. However, that doesn't mean it's not valuable. High-grade specimens, especially those with unique errors, can still command impressive sums. For example, a 1969 D penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS-67, once sold for $7,475. But here's the kicker. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Values can skyrocket based on demand, the discovery of new errors, or even a coin's unique history. So, while a $1.4 million 1969 D penny might sound like a stretch today, who knows what the future holds? Now, let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic. Amidst the dusty photo albums and vintage knickknacks, we stumbled upon a jar filled with old coins. As a budding numismatist, that's fancy talk for coin collector, I was ecstatic. We spent hours sifting through the jar, examining each coin with a magnifying glass. Most were ordinary, but then we found it. A 1969 D penny with a peculiar-looking roof on the Lincoln Memorial. My heart raced. Could it be the elusive floating roof error? After some research and a trip to a local coin dealer, we discovered it was indeed the error coin. While it didn't make us millionaires, we sold it for a tidy sum, and the experience ignited my passion for coin collecting. So, what's the moral of the story? Always check your change. That penny you received with your morning coffee could be worth more than you think. And remember, the thrill isn't just in the potential payout, but in the hunt itself. As we wrap up this coin-filled adventure, I encourage you to take a closer look at the coins jingling in your pocket. Who knows? You might just discover a hidden gem. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community of treasure hunters, and stay tuned for more tips, stories, and strategies on coins worth money. All right, picture this. You're digging through your pocket change, maybe buying a coffee, and you get a 1976 penny. No big deal, right? Just another penny. You toss it in your pocket, maybe even in that coin jar collecting dust on your shelf. But what if I told you that little penny could be worth a whopping $1.50 million? That's right, one tiny, seemingly ordinary Lincoln cent from 1976 has turned into one of the rarest, most valuable coins out there. Now, before you go flipping over furniture and digging through old piggy banks, stick with me. I'm going to break down exactly why this coin is so special, how to spot one, and what to do if you find one. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be rating every penny jar you can find. The 1976 no mint mark penny. What's the big deal? So, what makes this coin worth as much as a beach house in Florida? Well, in 1976, the U.S. Mint struck millions of pennies, most of them in Philadelphia, which typically didn't put a mint mark on its coins, and others in Denver and San Francisco. Nothing unusual there. But here's where it gets wild. A small batch of these pennies, for some mysterious reason, was struck with a rare composition error. Instead of the usual copper and zinc alloy, some of them were accidentally made of 100% pure copper. And because these were never supposed to exist, they are extremely rare. Coin collectors lose their minds over mistakes like this. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. And as of today, only one confirmed example of this no mint mark, pure copper penny has been found, selling for $1.5 million. How do you know if you have one? Now, this is where it gets interesting. You don't need fancy equipment, just your eyes, a scale, and a little patience. It must be a 1976 penny with no mint mark under the date. If you see a D or an S, sorry, that's not the one. Next. Weigh it. A normal 1976 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. But if you've got one of these rare pure copper errors, it could weigh slightly more due to the unusual composition. Sound test? Okay, this one's just for fun. Drop it on a hard surface. If it rings like a tiny bell instead of a dull clunk, you might be onto something. Now, let me tell you about a time I thought I struck gold, literally. A few years back, I was at my grandmother's house helping her clean out old junk. She had this huge coffee can of pennies, some dating back to the early 1900s. I started sifting through them, feeling like Indiana Jones searching for treasure. And then, bam, A 1976 penny with no mint mark. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the one? I ran to grab my scale, waited, and 3.11 grams. Just a regular old penny. I won't lie. I felt like a kid who just found out Santa doesn't exist. But hey, that experience lit the fire for my coin collecting journey, and now here I am, teaching you how to find the real deal. If you think you've got one of these rare pennies, don't just toss it in your sock drawer. Take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Put it in a safe holder. You wouldn't leave $1 million lottery ticket lying around, right? If it's legit, collectors will be lining up to buy it. Conclusion, finding one of these is like winning the lottery. But hey, people do win the lottery, and someone's already found one of these pennies, so why not you? If this got you fired up to start checking your spare change, hit that subscribe button because I've got plenty more coin hunting tips coming your way. Don't let another valuable coin slip through your fingers. And if you do find something cool, drop a comment. I love hearing about your discoveries. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and nestled between a couple of dimes and a nickel, you spot a humble 1988 Lincoln penny. You think, meh, just another penny. But what if I told you that this little copper-coated gem could be worth, drumroll, please, $1.6 million? Okay. Before you start tearing apart your couch cushions, let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1988 Lincoln penny and separate fact from fiction. Welcome back to Coin Fables, where we uncover the stories behind the coins jingling in your pockets. Today, we're zooming in on the 1988 Lincoln penny. Is it the golden ticket to a millionaire's lifestyle, or just another cent in the sea of change? Let's find out. First things first, let's get to know our coin. The 1988 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, with a whopping mintage of over 5.2 billion coins. That's right, billion with a B. So, in terms of rarity, it's about as common as finding a cat video on the internet. You might have heard tales of pennies fetching thousands, even millions, at auctions. While these stories are rarer than a unicorn sighting, they do have a kernel of truth. Certain pennies, due to unique errors or exceptional minting conditions, can indeed be worth a pretty penny, pun absolutely intended. For instance, some 1982 Lincoln pennies with specific characteristics have been known to fetch up to $15,000. But before you start dreaming of swimming in pools of cash like Scrooge McDuck, remember that these are exceptions, not the rule. Mistakes during the minting process, like double dies or off-center strikes, can make a coin unique. However, die deterioration doubling, a common form of doubling, often doesn't add significant value. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, known as mint state, are more valuable than those that have been rattling around in pockets for decades. Limited mintage or coins pulled from circulation early can increase value. Now, back to our 1988 friend. In average circulated condition, it's worth, wait for it, 1 cent. Yep, face value. In uncirculated mint state, MS conditions, values can range from about $1 to a few $100s, depending on the grade. The highest recorded sale for a 1988 penny was around $1,500 for a coin in exceptional condition. Impressive, but still a far cry from $1.60 million. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I stumbled upon a shiny penny in my change. It was a 1988 Lincoln penny, gleaming like it had just been minted. My heart raced as I imagined retiring early, all thanks to this copper beauty. After some research and a trip to a local coin dealer, I learned it was worth 10 cents. Not exactly the treasure trove I envisioned, but hey, it bought me a gumball. So, is your 1988 Lincoln penny worth $1.6 million? Probably not. But that doesn't mean coin collecting isn't a rewarding hobby. The thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the stories behind each coin make it worthwhile. If you're intrigued by the world of coins and want to learn more about spotting valuable treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and who knows, maybe your next find will be the real deal. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and suddenly, you spot a humble 1964 Lincoln penny. You think, it's just a penny, right? But what if I told you that this little copper coin could be worth more than a fancy dinner? Intrigued? Let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1964 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and uncover its true value. Now, Before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's set the stage. The 1964 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver with a whopping 3,799,071,500 coins produced that year. That's nearly 3.8 billion pennies. So, finding one isn't exactly like finding a needle in a haystack. It's more like finding hay in a haystack. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all pennies are created equal. Most of these 1964 D pennies jingling in our pockets are circulated coins. They're the workhorses, the everyday heroes of currency. In circulated condition, their value is primarily tied to their copper content, which is about 95% of the coin. Given the current copper prices, each penny's melt value is approximately 2 cents. So, if you're thinking of melting them down for profit, hold your horses. It's illegal to melt U.S. coins for their metal content. Now, if you stumble upon a 1964 D penny that's as pristine as the day it was minted, no scratches, no wear, just pure, unadulterated copper beauty, you might be in luck. Uncirculated coins, especially those with a grade of MS65RD that's mint state, with a red luster, can fetch around $1 in the collector's market. Not exactly a retirement fund, but hey, it's a start. Here's where the plot thickens. Some 1964 D pennies have minting errors that make them the celebrities of the coin world. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect on the design elements like the date or inscriptions. A 1964 D penny with a strong DDO can be worth between $50 to $150 or more, depending on its condition. Sometimes, the D mint mark was punched more than once, leading to overlapping impressions. Coins with this error can range from $5 to $50 in value. If the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting, you get an off-center strike. The more off-center it is, without losing the date or mint mark, the more valuable, ranging from $10 to over $100. This happens when a portion of the coin is missing due to a mishap during the blanking process. Such errors can add $10 to $50 to the penny's value. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Rumors have been swirling about a 1964 D penny fetching a jaw-dropping $1.7 million at auction. While it's true that certain rare coins have sold for astronomical sums, like the 1943 D bronze penny that went for $840,000, there's no verified record of a 1964 D penny reaching such heights. So, before you start planning your luxury yacht purchase, let's keep our expectations anchored in reality. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic. Amidst the dusty photo albums and vintage knickknacks, we found an old jar filled with pennies. My heart raced as I imagined uncovering a rare minting error worth thousands. We spent hours examining each coin, only to find that most were common pennies with sentimental value rather than monetary worth. But that experience ignited a passion for coin collecting in me, a hobby that combines history, art, and a dash of treasure hunting. So, what's the takeaway here? While the 1964 D Lincoln penny is abundant and most are worth just their face value, certain uncirculated coins or those with unique minting errors can be worth significantly more. It's a delightful reminder that sometimes, extraordinary treasures can be hiding in the most ordinary places. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting and want to uncover more hidden gems in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of numismatic enthusiasts, and let's embark on this treasure hunt together. Remember, every coin tells a story. What stories are waiting in your pocket? You're sifting through a jar of old pennies, and suddenly, you stumble upon a coin that could be worth a fortune. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1982 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that has collectors buzzing and could potentially be worth up to $1.8 million. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. Before we delve into the specifics of the 1982 D penny, it's essential to understand why this particular year is so significant in the world of coin collecting. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a monumental decision to change the composition of the penny due to the rising cost of copper. Prior to this year, pennies were composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. However, to cut costs, the mint transitioned to a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, reducing the weight to 2.5 grams. This change led to the existence of both copper and zinc pennies in 1982, making it a unique year for collectors. Adding to the intrigue, 1982 pennies come in two date sizes, large date and small date. The distinction lies in the size and styling of the numerals in the date. The small date variety features a more delicate and compact font, while the large date has bolder and more pronounced numerals. Identifying these differences is crucial, as certain combinations of date size, mint mark, and metal composition can significantly impact the coin's value. The 1982D small date copper penny. This coin is considered a transitional error, meaning it was mistakenly struck on a copper planchet when it should have been zinc. These errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. In fact, one such penny fetched $18,800 at auction, highlighting the immense value these coins can hold. You might be wondering, can a 1982D penny really be worth $1.8 million? While number 1982D penny has reached that astronomical figure yet, the coin market is unpredictable, and values can skyrocket based on rarity, demand, and coin condition. For instance, other rare coins have fetched prices in the millions, such as the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, which sold for over $3.7 million. So, while $1.8 million might be an ambitious figure for a 1982D penny today, who knows what the future holds? If you're eager to find out if you have a valuable 1982D penny, here's a step-by-step guide. Ensure the coin is dated 1982 with a D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. Identify whether it's a large date or small date variety. Remember, the small date has a more delicate numeral design. Use a precise scale to weigh the penny. A copper penny weighs approximately 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If your 1982D small date penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a rare find. The coin's condition significantly affects its value. Coins with minimal wear, clear details, and original luster are more valuable. Let me share a personal story to illustrate the thrill of coin hunting. A few years ago, I inherited a jar of old coins from my grandfather. One rainy afternoon, I decided to sort through them, not expecting much. To my surprise, I found a 1982 penny that felt heavier than the others. My heart raced as I waited. 3.11 grams. Could it be the elusive copper penny? After further examination, I realized it lacked the D mint mark, but the excitement of the hunt was exhilarating. This experience ignited my passion for coin collecting and taught me that treasures can be hidden in the most unexpected places. While the 1982D penny is captivating, it's just one piece of the vast coin collecting puzzle. Other coins, like the 1943 D bronze penny, have fetched impressive sums, with one selling for $840,000. The-sun.com. The key to successful collecting is knowledge. Understanding mint errors, metal compositions, and historical context can turn a casual hobby into a rewarding investment. In conclusion, the 1982D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny exemplifies the excitement and potential rewards of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of uncovering a valuable coin make this hobby truly special. So, next time you come across a jar of old coins, take a closer look. You might just find a hidden gem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies and want to learn more tips on coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. All right, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions, hoping to find enough change for a soda, and you pull out a plain old penny. No big deal, right? But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth a staggering $1.9 million? Yeah, that's right. A single penny. More money than most people make in a lifetime. Now, before you start flipping over every penny in your house, let me tell you exactly what to look for, why this 1977 no mint mark Lincoln penny is so rare, and how you might just get lucky enough to find one hiding in your pocket change. Trust me, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. The mystery of the 1977 no mint mark penny. So, what's the deal with this crazy expensive penny? First off, let's break it down. In 1977, the U.S. Mint struck Lincoln pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, the Philadelphia Mint didn't use mint marks on their pennies, which is why most 1977 pennies you find will have no mint mark and are worth, well, 1 cent. Some 1977 pennies without a mint mark were struck using a highly unusual die that gave them a distinct appearance, sharper details, a slightly different finish, and a few microscopic errors that make them a collector's dream. These pennies weren't meant to be rare, but thanks to a few unexpected mistakes, They became one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. All right, so you're probably wondering, wait, how does a regular-looking penny end up being worth more than a mansion? Well, let's talk about the penny that made history. A collector stumbled upon a 1977 no-mint mark penny with some odd characteristics, stronger strike, some double details, and a composition that suggested it wasn't just any regular penny. After getting it authenticated and graded, this little copper coin made its way to auction, where collectors lost their minds bidding for it. A jaw-dropping $1.9 million. For a penny, imagine walking into a store, handing over 1 cent, and walking out with a Lamborghini, a beach house, and still enough money left for a lifetime supply of pizza. Here's what to look for now. Before you go dumping out your piggy bank onto the floor, here's how to check if you struck gold or, well, copper. This means it was minted in Philadelphia, which is normal but important. The rarest versions have a slightly sharper strike and possible doubling on letters like Liberty and the date. Some error versions of this penny were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the metal content isn't standard. A jeweler's scale can help you determine if yours is different from a normal 3.11 gram copper penny. Get it authenticated. If your penny looks off and matches any of these signs, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC.my on penny hunting adventure now. Let me tell you a little story. A while back, I was at a flea market, digging through a box labeled old junk. You know, the kind of box that smells like someone's attic and is mostly full of rusted keys and buttons from coats that no longer exist. But then boom, a little pile of pennies caught my eye. I picked them up, and one of them was a 1977 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. My heart started racing. Could this be the one? The $1 million jackpot? I ran home, grabbed my magnifying glass like I was Sherlock Holmes, and examined every inch of that coin. Turned out, it was worth about 3 cents. Not exactly the treasure of a lifetime, but hey, that's what makes coin hunting exciting. You never know when you'll find the coin that changes everything. And trust me, someone out there will find another one of these 1977 pennies worth a fortune. Maybe that someone is you. Never underestimate your spare change. That jar of pennies collecting dust in your kitchen? It could be hiding a life-changing fortune. Or if you're about to dump out your entire coin jar onto the floor, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips on coins worth serious money. And hey, if you do find a 1977 no-mint mark penny, send me a message. I'll be waiting for my finder's fee. Just kidding. Kind of. Now go check your pockets. Your $1 million penny could be right under your nose. Hey there, fellow coin hunters. Imagine this. You're digging through your pocket change, maybe at the gas station or while doing laundry, and BM. You spot an old, worn penny. Looks normal, right? Just a regular 1968 Lincoln cent. But hold on, something's missing. There's no mint mark. No D. No S, just Lincoln, staring back at you. And guess what? If it's the right one, it could be worth up to $2 million. Yeah, you heard me. A tiny copper penny that could buy you a mansion, a fleet of classic cars, or at least a lifetime supply of coffee, depending on your priorities. But what makes this little coin so special? How can you tell if you have one? And what should you do if you find it? Today, we're diving into the legendary 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's worth a fortune, and how you might have one sitting in your change jar right now. And stick around, because I'm sharing a personal story of how I almost threw away a rare coin. Rookie mistake. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, what's the deal with this penny? Most 1968 Lincoln cents were minted in Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Philadelphia didn't put mint marks on their pennies, so if you find one with no mint mark, it's usually no big deal. Except when it is. Here's where it gets interesting. A small number of 1968 cents without a mint mark weren't from Philadelphia. They were actually minted in San Francisco by mistake. These are the unicorns of coin collecting. Nobody knows exactly how many exist, but the few that have surfaced have sold for 6 and even 7 figures at auction. Because errors like this are rare. Mint employees are usually pretty careful, but every now and then, something slips through. In this case, a batch of pennies mint for San Francisco lost their mint mark somewhere along the way. Fast forward to today, and these babies are the ultimate jackpot for collectors. Now, if you're thinking, okay, cool, but how do I know if I have one? Great question. Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date. But remember, Philadelphia coins also don't have one, so don't get too excited yet. It must be in pristine condition. The ones worth millions are usually in top shape. Think shiny, barely circulated, straight from the mint kind of good, certified by a grading service. The most valuable 1968 no-mint mark pennies are verified by experts, usually graded MS-65 or higher by PCGS or NGC. What now? First, don't clean it. I repeat, do not take a toothbrush, soap, or anything else to it. Cleaning a rare coin can actually destroy its value faster than I destroy my diet at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Instead, handle it carefully and get it authenticated by a professional. Now, let me tell you about the time I almost made a massive mistake. A few years ago, I was going through a box of old coins my grandpa left me. I found a shiny penny with no mint mark and thought, just another old penny. I almost threw it into the spin later jar. But something told me to check online. I did a quick search and realized it was a 1970 small date penny, another valuable one. Not quite $2 million, but still worth way more than a cent. That was my wake-up call. Since then, I've checked every penny I come across, and now I'm here making sure you don't miss out on a fortune hiding in plain sight. First, always check your change. You never know when a $2 million penny might be staring back at you. Second, if you think you have a rare one, get it authenticated before you do anything else. And third, coin collecting isn't just for experts. It's for anyone willing to take a second look at their spare change. If you found this helpful or at least mildly entertaining, hit that subscribe button for more coin hunting tips and tricks. I break down coins worth money, how to find them, and what to do next. Who knows? The next time you reach into your pocket, you might just pull out a small fortune. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket change that's worth more than a luxury car. Sounds like a plot twist from a treasure hunt movie, right? Well, today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on the 1964 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin rumored to be worth a staggering $2.1 million. Grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure together. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny worth millions? Did I accidentally stumble into a parallel universe where coins have secret superpowers? But before you start emptying your piggy banks and raiding your grandma's coin jar, let's unravel the mystery behind this elusive 1964 D Lincoln penny. First things first, let's address the elephant, or should I say, the penny, in the room. The 1964 D Denver Mint Lincoln penny is a common coin, with billions minted that year. In typical circulated condition, these pennies are worth their face value, 1 cent. Even in uncirculated mint condition, they might fetch a modest premium, but nothing close to millions. So, where did this $2.1 million tale originate? In the coin collecting community, stories of rare and valuable coins often take on a life of their own. Misunderstandings, miscommunications, or even simple typos can lead to legends about ordinary coins being worth extraordinary sums. It's possible that the $2.1 million figure is a conflation with other rare pennies, such as the 1943 bronze Lincoln penny, which has fetched high prices at auctions. While the 1964 D penny might not be your ticket to millionaire status, there are several Lincoln pennies that have made headlines. During World War II, pennies were made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few bronze planchets were mistakenly used, creating this rarity. One such penny sold for $1.7 million. 1944 steel wheat penny. In 1944, the mint returned to using copper for pennies, but some steel planchets from 1943 were accidentally used. These rare coins have fetched up to $408,000. This error coin features noticeable doubling on the obverse side. In 2008, one sold for over $126,000. Let me share a little story from my own coin collecting adventures. Back in the day, I was convinced that a 1982 penny with a small date was my golden ticket. I spent hours examining it under a magnifying glass, dreaming of auctions and riches. Turns out, it was just a regular penny. But that experience taught me the thrill of the hunt and the joy of discovery. Even if the treasure isn't what you expected, so, while the 1964 D Lincoln penny won't make you an overnight millionaire, the world of coin collecting is filled with genuine treasures waiting to be discovered. Keep an eye out for those rare dates, mint errors, and unique features. Who knows? Your next pocket change could hold a piece of history worth more than you imagined. That if you enjoyed this dive into numismatic curiosities and want to learn more about coins worth money, collecting strategies, and the stories behind these tiny pieces of art, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of enthusiasts, and let's continue this journey of discovery together. Ever wondered if that humble penny jingling in your pocket could be worth a fortune? Well, hold onto your hats, folks, because today we're diving into the fascinating tale of the 2008 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world. Could this little copper treasure really be worth $2.3 million? Let's find out. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Welcome back to Coin Chronicles, the channel where we uncover the hidden gems lurking in your loose change. I'm your host, Penny Lane. Yes, that's my real name. And yes, my parents had a quirky sense of humor. Today, we're embarking on a penny-fueled adventure to explore the legend of the 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Is it a millionaire-making marvel or just another urban myth? Grab your magnifying glasses and let's get to the bottom of this. What's the deal with mint marks? Well, mint marks are tiny letters on coins that tell us where they were minted. For example, a D signifies Denver and an S stands for San Francisco. But if there's no mint mark, it typically means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. So, our 2008 penny without a mint mark hails from the city of brotherly love. In 2008, the Philadelphia Mint produced a whopping 2.5 billion Lincoln pennies. That's billion with a B. So, finding a 2008 penny without a mint mark isn't exactly like finding a needle in a haystack. It's more like finding a specific grain of sand on a beach. Now, let's address the elephant, or should I say, penny in the room. There's been buzz about a 2008 no mint mark penny fetching a jaw-dropping $2.3 million. But before you start planning your retirement, let's dig a little deeper. While it's true that certain pennies have sold for astronomical sums, like the legendary 1943 bronze cent that went for over $1 million, these are exceptional cases involving rare errors or unique historical significance. Our 2008 penny, however, doesn't quite fit that bill. In circulated condition, it's worth, drumroll, please, 1 cent. Yep, just a penny. Even in uncirculated, mint condition glory, it might fetch around 30 cents to $1 from a collector. So, while it won't make you a millionaire, it's still a shiny piece of history. Now, let me share a little story. A few years back, I was rummaging through my grandfather's old coin collection. Amidst the Buffalo nickels and Mercury dimes, I found a penny that looked different. My heart raced. Could it be a rare double die? A valuable error coin? I rushed to a local coin appraiser, visions of auctions dancing in my head. After a thorough examination, the expert looked up and said, "Congratulations, you've got yourself a perfectly ordinary penny." We had a good laugh, and I walked away with a fun story and a newfound appreciation for the hobby. The moral of the story? Not every coin will fund your dream vacation, but the thrill of the hunt and the stories you gather along the way are priceless. So, should you stop checking your change? Absolutely not. While the 2008 no mint mark penny won't buy you a mansion, there are still valuable coins out there waiting to be discovered. Error coins, misprints, off-center strikes, or double dies can be worth a pretty penny, pun intended. Coins from years with low mintage numbers or unique historical context can be valuable. Coins in exceptional condition, especially older ones, can fetch higher prices. For example, the 1969 S double die penny is a rare gem that can be worth thousands. And don't forget the 1995 double die penny, which can also be quite valuable. At the end of the day, coin collecting is about more than just monetary value. It's a journey through history, art, and culture, all encapsulated in the coins we often overlook. So, keep exploring, keep learning, and who knows? Maybe one day you'll stumble upon a coin that changes your life, or at least gives you a great story to tell. Thanks for joining me on this penny adventure. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more coin secrets, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Share your own coin stories in the comments below. I love hearing them. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket change that's worth more than your car, your house, or even your wildest dreams. Sounds like a plot twist from a Hollywood blockbuster, right? Well, today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1971 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Spoiler alert, it's not worth $2.4 million, but stick around to find out why this humble coin still holds a special place in numismatic circles, where we uncover the stories behind those jingling pieces in your pocket. I'm your host, Booze, and today, we're zooming in on the 1971 Lincoln penny. Now, before you start planning your retirement around this coin, let's sift through the facts and fiction, the no mint mark mystery. In 1971, If your penny lacks a mint mark, it simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike their counterparts in Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, Philly didn't stamp their coins with a mint mark that year. So, a missing mint mark? Totally normal for 1971. Now, let's talk numbers. The Philadelphia Mint churned out over 1.9 billion, yes, billion with a B, of these pennies in 1971. With such a high mintage, these coins are as common as finding a cat video on the internet. But wait, before you toss that penny aside, there's a twist. Some 1971 pennies have a secret, an error known as the double die obverse, or DDO for short. This isn't your regular double vision. It's a minting mishap where the design elements appear twice, slightly offset. Spotting a DDO is like finding Waldo in a sea of stripes. Look closely at Liberty and the date. If you notice a shadowy doubling, you might be in luck. These error coins can fetch a pretty penny, pun totally intended. Depending on their condition, they can range from $50 to over $3,000. Not exactly $2.4 million, but still a sweet upgrade from 1 cent. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was sorting through a jar of coins inherited from my grandpa. Amidst the clinking and clattering, I stumbled upon a 1971 penny with a curious doubling on Liberty. My heart raced faster than a kid on a sugar rush. After getting it authenticated, it turned out to be a genuine DDO, and I sold it for a tidy sum. That little copper coin funded my first metal detector, sparking a hobby that's been paying dividends in joy ever since. While we're on the topic, here are a few other pennies that could be hiding treasure in plain sight. Copper instead of steel during World War II. One sold for over $500,000. The Sun.com features prominent doubling. Some have fetched up to $37,200. The Sun.com, the letters and M in America are closer than usual. One of these rarities sold for $25,850. So, the next time you come across a 1971 penny, give it a second look. While it won't make you an overnight millionaire, discovering a rare error can be a thrilling and profitable experience. If you enjoyed this deep dive into penny lore, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Join our community of coin enthusiasts, and let's uncover more hidden treasures together. Who knows? Your next pocket find might just be the story we tell. Hello, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1997 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that, believe it or not, has fetched up to $150,000 at auction. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's embark on this numismatic adventure. At first glance, the 1997 D. Lincoln penny seems like any other penny jingling in your pocket. Minted at the Denver Mint, over 4.5 billion of these coins were produced in 1997. They're composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating, a composition that began in 1982 to cut production costs. MGM in circulated condition, these pennies are typically worth their face value. 1 cent, however, certain factors can elevate these humble coins to extraordinary heights. Some 1997 D pennies have sold for impressive sums due to unique features and impeccable conditions. One of the most intriguing aspects of coin collecting is the allure of minting errors, those little quirks that make a coin stand out. For the 1997 D penny, notable errors include: this occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the die, causing elements like Lincoln's ear to appear doubled. Such errors can increase a coin's value, with some fetching up to $59. Off-center error, when the coin's design is not properly centered, resulting in a portion of the design missing. Coins with this error can be valued at around $15. Struck on wrong planchet. This error happens when a coin is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, such as a dime. Such coins can be valued at $14 per lot. A rare error where the coin is struck through the feeder mechanism, leading to unique imprints. These can be valued at around $325. In the realm of coin collecting, condition is paramount. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better preservation. For instance, a 1997 D penny in uncirculated condition can be worth between 10 to 30 cents. The most valuable 1997 D penny ever sold was graded MS68RD, red, fetching $863 at auction. Coins.thefunnymessguide.com. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, a 1997 D. Lincoln penny that sold for an astounding $150,000. A rare minting error where Lincoln's ear appears doubled due to a die error during production. The coin was graded MS69 red, RD, indicating a near-perfect state with full red luster, a rarity for this coin. Rarity and demand. The combination of a rare error and pristine condition made this coin highly sought after among collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years ago, I was rummaging through my old coin jar. You know, the one everyone has that's filled with loose change accumulated over the years. Amidst the nickels and dimes, I found a 1997 D penny. Curious, I examined it closely, hoping to find one of those rare errors. While mine wasn't a jackpot find, it sparked a newfound interest in numismatics. I started attending local coin shows, learning about the history and artistry behind each coin. It's amazing how a simple penny can open the door to a rich and rewarding hobby. So, the next time you come across a 1997 D penny, take a moment to inspect it. While most are worth just a cent, there's always a chance you might find a rare gem hiding in plain sight. Remember, in coin collecting, knowledge is as valuable as the coins themselves. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to bring you more tips, stories, and strategies on coins worth money. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And who knows? With a little luck and knowledge, you might just find a small fortune in your pocket change. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Imagine this. You're sifting through your pocket change, and amidst the jingling coins, you spot a humble 1978 Lincoln penny. You think, it's just a penny, right? But what if I told you that this unassuming coin could be worth a small fortune? Intrigued? Well, stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of the 1978 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, exploring its value, what makes certain pennies worth millions, and how you might just have a treasure hiding in plain sight. First things first, let's talk about the 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. In 1978, the U.S. Mint produced these pennies primarily at the Philadelphia facility, which traditionally didn't use a mint mark. Over 5.5 billion of these pennies were minted, making them quite common. In circulated condition, these coins are typically worth their face value, just 1 cent. However, if you have an uncirculated or mint condition penny, especially one with a rich red luster, referred to as red in coin grading terms, its value can increase. For instance, a 1978 penny in pristine condition has been known to fetch between $1 and $7.50, depending on its grade. Silver RECYCLERS now, you might be wondering, didn't I hear about a penny selling for $2.6 million? While the 1978 penny itself hasn't reached such astronomical figures, certain rare pennies have indeed sold for millions. One notable example is the 1943 D. Lincoln cent struck on a bronze planchet. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be made from steel to conserve copper. However, a few bronze planchets were mistakenly used, creating extremely rare coins. In 2010, one such penny sold for a whopping $1.7 million. en.wikipedia.org. The fewer there are, the more they're worth. Coins with minting errors or those produced in limited quantities are especially valuable. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition, free from scratches and wear, are more desirable. Coins from notable years or with unique backstories tend to attract collectors. Let me share a little story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic. Amidst the dusty boxes, we found an old jar filled with pennies. As a coin enthusiast, my heart raced. We spent hours sorting through them, laughing and reminiscing. To our surprise, we found a 1955 double-die penny, a coin known for its noticeable doubling effect on the date and lettering. That penny, which had been sitting unnoticed for decades, was valued at over $1,000. It was a delightful reminder that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. So, the next time you come across a 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, take a closer look. While it might not make you a millionaire, understanding what makes certain coins valuable can be both fun and rewarding. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a rare gem in your pocket change. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting and want to uncover more hidden treasures, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community, where we share tips, stories, and strategies to help you discover coins worth money. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1993 Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? But hold on to your hats, because this little coin has some big stories to tell. From common finds in your pocket change to rare errors that could be worth a pretty penny, pun absolutely intended, we've got it all covered. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the basics. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, with a whopping 5,684,705,000 pennies produced. Marked with a D, producing 6,426,650,571 pennies. Silver RECYCLERS San Francisco Mint bears an S and is primarily found in proof sets, with 3,394,792 minted. Silver RECYCLERS. Most of these pennies are made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing in at 2.5 grams. DLRYBCHTIMES.NEWS. If you've got a 1993 penny jingling in your pocket right now, it's likely worth 1 cent. Yep, face value. However, if you have an uncirculated coin, that's one that hasn't been used in everyday transactions, it could fetch between 10 to 30 cents. Not exactly retirement money, but hey, it's a start. Now, here's where things get interesting. The highest recorded sale for a 1993 no-mint mark penny was a jaw-dropping $3,375 in February 2022. But before you start planning your next vacation, know that this coin was graded MS69RD by the Professional Coin Grading Service, meaning it was in nearly perfect condition. Coins.thefunnymessguide.com errors are the spice of life, or at least the spice of coin collecting. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once, resulting in a doubled image. Depending on the prominence of the doubling, these can be worth anywhere from $20 to $200. If the coin's design is misaligned, creating an off-center appearance, it becomes more valuable. Minor off-center strikes might fetch $15 to $30, while more severe misalignments can go up to $100. On the reverse side, the letters A and M in America are spaced closer than usual. An uncirculated close AM penny can be worth around 35 cents, but higher-grade specimens have been known to sell for more. Struck on a dime planchet. In rare cases, a penny is struck on a dime blank, resulting in a smaller coin with an off-center design. One such error coin, graded MS67, sold for $862.50 in April 2010. Let me share a little story. A few years back, I was rummaging through my grandfather's old coin collection. Amidst the usual suspects, I found a 1993 penny with a noticeable off-center strike. My heart raced as I imagined its potential value. After getting it appraised, I discovered it was worth around $50. Not exactly a fortune, but it taught me the thrill of the hunt and the joy of discovering hidden treasures in everyday items. So, the next time you come across a 1993 penny, take a closer look. While most are worth their face value, some rare errors can make them significantly more valuable. Who knows? You might just have a hidden gem in your pocket. Change. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting and want to uncover more treasures, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share your coin discoveries in the comments below, and let's keep this numismatic adventure going together.